We can see here Manoisas, 4 years the senior of Pinas, and Pinas has a 10 centimeter height advantage and a 10 centimeter reach.
That's not nothing.
And here we go, our second fight of LFL18.
Pinas has the white trunks. He's just starting with a little bit of pressure, as Manoisas is trying to just move laterally a little bit.
Both these guys very explosive. Trying to get a reaction from each other. Show them some feints.
That's what I was saying earlier. It's like this trend towards throwing thousands of feints. Over time, it's actually causing fighters to be able to tell real from fake better. So you don't want to just throw them away because they don't automatically work. There's a human being with a brain on the other end.
Pinas at the minute controlling the cage a little bit better, forcing Manoisas a little back, but
that's a smart choice. I get the feeling both of them are thinking about when's the right time to grapple, when's the right time to get a hold and try to get on top or push against the fence.
High kick from Pinas and then one to the floor. Nice right coming in.
He's got great focus, you can see it.
He's got a couple of reads in the first minute, and now he's stepping more into his punches, into his kicks.
He feels safe. He feels safe to throw his punches right now. When you can see everything and you can respond to everything, you start to feel that confidence and safety to throw and play a little like you're seeing there.
Good job pressuring so far by Pinas.
Just pushing Manoisas against the cage, controlling the ring.
When it's there for Pinas, he can
nice right.
Push his man to the cage. He's got a man who on paper is a blue belt. Let's see what touch him up a bit out here. He's squared, get him to the fence, and let's see what happens when you're on top of him.
And Pinas starting to make some of those shots land a little bit. Just touching and brushing Manoisas a little.
Fighting at this distance has worked really well so far for Pinas.
Yes, it is.
Just that 10 centimeter reach advantage. He's really using it as well as he can.
And when somebody's watching like we are, or even a coach, sometimes you may look and go, the takedown is there for him, but you also don't want to overly encourage him to do it because you want your fighter to also be having a little bit of fun. And Pinas looks like he's having fun here. He feels safe, he feels like he can show his weapons, he hasn't been touched much, so you let him come out here and express himself and have a little bit of fun before, if there's going to be a takedown, before it's there.
Having fun in there is the best way to deal with all the anxiety.
Yeah, not easy to do. Sometimes it just appears. Suddenly you're a couple of minutes in and you realize, oh, right, I love this. Only minutes ago you were wishing you were dead, but now you're having a good time, and he is having a good time.
Single leg there by Manoisas. Good defense so far by Brown. He goes for a high crotch, switches it up nicely, but good defense by Pinas, who's very athletic.
Yes.
Yeah, as you say, Robin, you can go from having fun in there to going, getting elbowed in the head, and not having fun anymore,
and vice versa.
Losing your nose or ear or whatever.
Yeah, it's such a wild thing. Sometimes we do it a disservice because when we commentate so long, we normalize these things, but there's nothing normal about what's going on in here right now.
Yeah, you got to be insane. I just called myself insane.
You are, clearly.
Hey, self-knowledge is the path to realization, Stefan.
I'm so happy in life.
And honestly, self-knowledge is part of what's happening in here. You're learning about yourself. What can you do under pressure? How can you express your training? What can you do when you're hurt? What do you do when everybody's looking at you and you have to do something hard and scary?
Manoisas understood he had to close the distance because in the striking from the distance, Pinas was working. It wasn't working for Manoisas, so now he's here.
And
the takedowns.
That's the perfect example. What can you do when you're getting touched up from the outside? Moving forward ain't easy when you're getting punched and kicked from distance. And Emmanuel Manoisas did that. He moved in, and now he took control of this range.
And he changed the complexion of the round, even though referee breaking it up there for the lack of action. So now Pinas has a 15-odd seconds left to put his marker on it.
He's going to set up a big right hand.
You know, Manoisas actually started to just look really comfortable there for the first time, right at the last 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah, he felt the power of Pinas when he had him up against the fence, and usually that, you know, that helps you in the fight. When you feel the power of your opponent, you feel how strong he is, you get, you know, a little more relaxed, because when you go in there, you think he's Superman, but
That's
no.
right.
He's a human just like yourself.
Yeah, and then 5 minutes into it, you're no longer nervous about being in a pro fight. You're in a pro fight now, and you've experienced it, and it doesn't feel impossible.
You move from worrying about the moment to actually being in the moment.
In it, yeah, living it.
That shifts everything. But an interesting, cagey, very tactical first round from the pair of them. Pretty hard for the judges to make a call. Potentially Pinas landed more damaging shots, but the control from Manoisas near the end, and especially as it's near the end of the round, could play into their decision as well.
Our job isn't specifically to be looking at it from the judge's standpoint, but my impression is that Pinas did that more than enough to win the round. And I think his corner will feel the same way. And yes, you might want him to do a little more, but when you're doing so well, you're not getting hit, you're doing all the hitting, you're controlling the range here, you're cornering your man. You know, we don't want to push him that hard either.
Nice right from Pinas there.
Pinas controlled most of the fight in round one. He's got a lot of reach, so I expect him to push the pace more in the second round, as he's doing already. Beautiful kick to the body there, and Manoisas is trying to close the distance again.
Nice knee in that grapple exchange from Manoisas, but he managed to get Pinas to the cage again.
Early
where
this
he
time.
liked him.
Yeah, remember last time there was a minute and a half and he wasn't able to do a lot. Now he's got 4.5 and a much different scenario.
Pinas showed in the first round that his takedown
got him.
defense is good, but if you stay there, it doesn't matter how good your takedown defense is. As long as you stay to the fence, you give your opponent the opportunity to take you down time and time again. You need to also be able to turn away and go back to the center when you're the type of fighter that Pinas is.
Two great fighters in a really cool fight. You know, Pinas relaxed, able to do work at distance, but then Manoisas, you know, doing what needs to be done, getting behind the thigh to get down and get on top. Like, this is a really nice position for a guy who may have lost round one to be with 3.5 minutes in round two. And it wasn't easy to get here. You have to catch a kick or two to get here.
But much quicker than the first round, and there's that time to work you were talking about there, Robin, which is of the utmost importance.
Oh, he's got the rear naked.
That's it.
Around the neck. Good defense there by Pinas.
No hooks in from Manoisas, but this is still not a great position to be in.
Pinas needs to control the wrist. When you control the wrist of your opponent, you're fine over here, but easier said than done.
He's going to stand up right now, 2 feet under. Doesn't mean you'll get up, but you see the bottom of one of his feet? You're not standing up with your foot there. Now he's got his foot there.
A great job there by Pinas, and a nice slam there with Manoisas on his back.
But Manoisas has got one hook in now.
Yeah.
Pinas has got the
He's
wrist.
up and out.
Good job there.
Great job, both guys. It's a really good fight.
As long as you stay calm when someone's on your back and you control the wrist, it gets so much easier to get back up.
Again, it goes back to what we were talking about. Calmness is really hard in chaos, right?
Now it's Pinas who's attacking.
He's not had a chance to show what he can.
I think that's
attacking, grappling.
Really smart.
Oh, lands a couple big shots there.
So notice he's not winning positions. He's controlling positions to throw punches. Big difference.
Trying to get that leg away from underneath Manoisas.
Punches, knees, elbows. The whole plan is control your limbs with enough of mine that I still got one free.
Oh, foot stomps.
Nasty foot stomps there from Pinas.
It's an underused weapon.
And a way worse one than people think.
It hurts.
Really, really painful.
When you do them like Pinas.
Yeah. Yeah, full calcaneus bone, like the nut bone, like the heel bone, the nut of the foot. Right onto the small little phalanges. Like, it's rough.
You can easily break his toes or his foot. Oh, a couple big shots. He needs to be careful with the back of the head, though.
Ref mentioning that.
You're okay. People will say, you know, you'll see a spot behind the ear. And to the average human definition of back of the head, that's the back of the head. But to the technical definition, behind the ear is not the back of the head.
Lovely little takedown, well, half completed takedown from Pinas. And how's Manoisas going to try and get out of this position? He seems to be stuck here for a while.
Got to break the grip first.
You got to work the wrist. You got to fight the hands, and he's doing that. But Pinas is staying very active.
I love the way that Brown Pinas has built this game. His grappling game is built around what can I hit you with while I keep you in a position. And if that's a knee to the you know, IT band, then that's what we'll do, right? And it really hurts. People, you see a big punch to the face, you know it hurts, but you see a knee to the hip like that, or the stomp to the bones of the foot. From the viewers at home, don't realize how.
Oh, Pinas looking for the rear naked.
Got a cross face.
No.
Defense though by Manoisas, get the hand.
So there's 30 seconds left, which is why he's attacking this now. He's on the face still.
He doesn't have the right angle. He's not fully on his back. It's very difficult to finish from this angle. And Manoisas understands that. He's in a bad position, though. It's tough to work from here.
It's a crank now, face crank on the jaw. You can really squeeze, but the man doesn't have to tap out there.
A nice elbow there.
3 seconds left.
You know, hindsight is 20/20, but when you don't get the submission in the last 30 seconds, you know, the lesson for next time might be, maybe I should just continue smashing. If it isn't there, keep hitting.
Pinas did a great job with that. He kept on switching positions, gave Manoisas a lot of different looks to work with, and did a lot of damage while doing that.
And came out of a pretty tough situation at the beginning of the round as well, getting taken down, pushed against the cage. It looked like Manoisas was going to have 4 minutes to work, but Pinas reversed it and ended up pretty much dominating the round.
Yeah, really cool fight. You know, one man doing all the work at distance, so the other one grapples. And then, you know, the man who was fighting at distance finds his rhythm in the grappling to keep striking.
We're getting ready for the 3rd and final round of this lightweight bout. Manoisas in the blue trunks and Brown Pinas in the white. Here we go.
Pinas starts with a front kick.
So remember, Manoisas got the original grappling exchange from catching kicks. I believe both times. Now checking one. And there, looks, he tried to scoop it up again. So clearly, the kick, your kick is an offer of an entry for him.
I think Pinas went for a question mark. He went through to the body and tried to go up, but Manoisas prevented that.
Which is smart because you got a guy reaching for you now.
Exactly.
Right? Got a guy reaching for your weapons, just change the trajectory. Use his catch against.
Oh, big right hand there.
Knee up the middle and another right.
Lovely little combo. Pinas starting to work, starting to flow some combinations together.
Great build up in the fight from Pinas, man.
Yeah, he has done so well here.
He put himself in this position where he's able to land more now with his striking in the first round, his grappling in the second round, and now he's really pushing the pace and pushing Manoisas, who's tired.
Manoisas is circling all the way to his left and Pinas is right. Kind of.
Oh, caught him.
Yeah, you heard him.
He's got an anaconda, I think.
Yeah. He's going to just move to the back and punch with the right hand if he can free it. So he frees the right hand. There it is. Now 3 punches and then the neck. 4. Yep, 4 punches this time in the neck.
He's got 1 hook in, looking for the second.
Rolls over, looking for the second hook, but you don't necessarily need it. It's nice.
Oh, he's got him now.
He's out.
Oh, good job by Manoisas to get his hips to the mat.
Yep. Now, so you go mount here if you can. If you're Pinas, you can go to the mount. He's trying, and he's, oh no. Back door.
Looking for some sort of leg.
Butt punch.
I believe this position's called sniff my butt.
Yeah.
I've had it happen in my fight. That's Joe Rogan who called it that. So
Okay, well, if it's good enough for Joe, it's good enough for us.
It works for us.
Yeah.
It was me on top, by the way. I wasn't sniffing.
You weren't doing this.
I wasn't sniffing.
And Manoisas
You were the
has,
sniffy.
No, I wasn't sniffing.
Manoisas has reversed it, so now he's got the back of Pinas.
Yeah, good
This
job
is
by
a
Manoisas, man.
yeah. This is a really key position for him. Where his pelvic girdle is, he wants it further back. And now instead, he might want to hook that arm, the left arm. So the left arm, sometimes you leave your leg out as a bait, and then he'll hook it. But he's not taking the bait.
Pinas needs to get up and try and get Manoisas off his back. And what a great position to be in for Manoisas after losing the first 2 rounds.
2 minutes to go.
And middle of the cage.
2 minutes, a long time when you got someone's back.
But Pinas trying to work to the cage, to
Job
work
there.
up.
He's doing a great job fighting.
Really
with this.
nice job. They're both really having great moments, great exchanges. It's a really cool fight.
We'll see if Pinas can circle out of this.
Yeah,
and
you
he
want to
does.
strike right now.
Level change there by Manoisas, who's got a hold of the single.
Yeah, he got the
Beautiful
chest
way to
pressure
finish it.
takedown. Yeah.
Very
Pinas looking
nicely
tired
done.
now.
Yeah, he gave into that a little bit too quickly, but you know, almost 3 rounds of full fighting is going to take it out of any man.
Pinas' corner is going to remind him, you've already done the 13 and a half hard minutes. It feels like you can't do anymore, but you can. And that's what you want to remind your athlete.
And Pinas doesn't look to be looking to do too much from here. He's keeping in
That's
full
okay.
close bar guard. Yeah,
It-
he's probably got the 2 rounds.
If you've won, shutting him down will not excite, you know, the average viewer at home, but it's going to win you that fight to come back and excite again.
Manoisas is trying to stand up and get over Pinas now, trying to land some big shots. His corners trying to encourage him to look for the finish, and in my opinion, he really needs that to win this fight.
So your choices are either pound him out in guard, which he's trying with the elbow, or get that guard passed, right? But either one must be something you tease each there. Now he's going to pass, but we're now down to 24 seconds. So he's using the shin to hold the thigh. You've got to pound or submit now.
He needs to frame, create space, and unload, because that's the only way he's going to get the finish today.
But no matter what, and we are not the judges, maybe he won one of the other 2 rounds. No matter what, to finish this strong is a real credit to Emmanuel Manoisas. That's a tough fight, and he ended up on top. If there was another 2 minutes, it's a whole different ballgame.
That's it, isn't it? Well, Manoisas had a little shake of the head at the end. He looks like he's resigned to potentially losing his fight. But as you said, you never know, and finishing on top in that dominant position, that's the sort of thing that can stick in the judges' heads a little.
Yeah, he's 2 great young fighters, and there was a really great fight. Really even. They both pushed each other to different limits. It was a really great fight.
A very ebb and flow fight with each fighter having the moments of their domination, a real traditional MMA where we had a little bit of everything, a little bit of striking, a little bit of clinch work, a little bit of ground.
Great job done here by Manoisas in this scramble. Get his hips to the mat. Pinas ends on top, but he goes out the back door immediately, and then he ends up on top. Beautiful way to stay calm. Make the most out of that.
And we'll be getting the fight announcement very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. The judges have scored this contest, and the man fighting out of the red corner, Brown Pinas.
Put your hands together for both these 2 fighters, please. Thank you, both you gentlemen, for a fantastic fight. Congratulations, man. That was a good, tough fight. You're gonna sleep well tonight. How do you feel about how you were pushed to limits, but you came through and won in the end? If you have English, give us the English first.
Yes. I feel good. I was looking for the finish, but today, he's a tough guy, you know. So today we don't have the finish, but fuck, I got the win. That's the most important thing.
Hit these people with the Dutch answer.
Holland! Nederland! Bedankt allemaal dat jullie zijn gekomen. Ik ben inmiddels verhuisd naar Indonesië. Na 7 jaar ben ik weer in Nederland. Voelt super goed om hier te zijn. Sorry dat ik geen finish kon halen. De volgende keer zal ik een finish in 1 ronde. Dankjewel allemaal.
And in Dutch, tell these people how cool it is to fight in this arena in Utrecht.
Fucking ziek om hier te vechten in Utrecht. In deze open arena. Super bedankt voor LFL, de organisatie dat ik hier mag zijn. Ik ben snel weer terug.
Now, you earned this great fight. Thank anybody you want to thank.
Shout out to all my sponsors. Shout out to the Block Bali. My coach here, all the way from Indonesia. My girl, my fucking #1 supporter. My little brother, my family up there. Thank you.
Your winner, Brown Pinas.